This conference will now be recorded.
Hi friends, good morning. In this Business Intelligence Master Program, so in today's session we are going to talk about slowly changing dimension type 2, how to implement SCD type 2 in Edu data flows. This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, fine. So in today's session we are going to talk about scenarios, then mapping data flow actions and estimations, prerequisite and required resources. So all these points, what it indicates each one. Then with respect to the demo, I will just create data lake storage Gen 2 and I will create the Azure SQL database. But we have seen in our previous sessions how you can load your data to the Azure SQL data warehouse as well. Next, we are going to talk about create Azure Data Factory V2, create linked service for data lake storage Gen 2 with Key Vault using integration runtime, create linked service for Azure SQL DB with Key Vault using integration runtime. Then we will create data sets, pipeline, debug, pipeline, run pipeline with scheduled trigger. Finally, we are going to monitor this pipeline. Okay, so let's start with the scenarios that we are going to cover in today's session. So we're going to see how to generate surrogate key. So in our SCD1, we have seen two things. One is how to generate hash values by using hash function in data flows. Then we have seen how to generate the surrogate key by using a surrogate key transformation. Okay, so today what I will do, I will just use an identity column. Identity column means automatically keys will be generated based on the records which you are adding. Suppose if you add first record, it will be 1. So if you add second record, automatically key will be increased. Key will be incremented from 1 to 2. So keys are going to generate automatically within the dimension table. Okay, so that's how I'm going to create a identity column. So today we will see how to generate the surrogate key with the identity functionality. Okay, then we are going to talk about how to perform upsert using alter row transformation. So this particular thing we were doing since long time, so everybody aware of how to do the upsert updates, all those things by using alter row transformation. Then we are going to talk about what is slowly changing dimension. We discussed this one also. Then we are going to talk about types of slowly changing dimensions. So once you know the types, so basically mostly in industry we use SCD1 and SCD2. SCD3 is very rarely. Okay, so SCD0 is nothing but it will not allow any changes to your dimension. Okay, that's why it's nothing but we are not going to use anything in type 0. So we are going to talk about slowly changing dimension type 1. So it is important in real time. Mostly we are going to implement SD1. And next, this is also very important. So some of the dimensions we will implement as a SD2. So we discussed in our earlier session what is the difference between SD1 and SD2. SD2 will retain your history, but SD1 will not keep your history, isn't it? So we will discuss anyhow once again in detail, and then we will implement SCD2 in today's session. In our previous session, we discussed how to implement SCD1. Okay, fine. Source transformation I'm going to use, then join transformation I will use, select transformation I'm going to use, then derive transformation. Okay, so select transformation you can use in multiple cases, renaming or removing some of the columns. Okay, derive transformation, if you want to add any extra column based on some condition, you are going to use a derive transformation, isn't it? So conditional split transformation, so you are going to divide the records. So based on some condition, if the country called India, I want to move all India records to one data warehouse, all US records into another data warehouse, then you need to use this conditional split transformation. Then alter row transformation we are going to talk about. So alter row transformation, as I mentioned earlier, it's used for updates and upserts basically. Okay, so if you want to do the insert, you can directly add your sync. You don't need to use alter row for that. Okay, but if you have any updates, if you have any upserts, so then you need to use the alter row transformation. And finally we are going to use the sync transformation. So but each and every transformation we discussed in our earlier session, isn't it? So none of the transformation is new for today's session, isn't it? So all the transformation we discussed multiple scenarios, multiple classes. Okay, so today once again we are going to use all the known transformations to implement SCD2. Okay, so do not worry, so it will be very easy, but when you see how it will be implemented, how to maintain history, all those things a little bit confusing, but when you see the implementation, SCD2 is very easy with respect to the data flows. Okay, so we'll see. So what is slowly changing dimension? As we discussed the earlier session, as the name suggests, SCD allows maintaining changes in the dimension table in a data warehouse, because all the dimensions we will have in a data warehouse. So SCD nothing but a, we are maintaining the changes to the dimension in a data warehouse. Okay. Next, these are the dimensions that gradually change with time rather than changing on a regular basis. So dimension means, example as we discussed, product, calendar, and customers. Customers is going to change their location very rarely rather than frequently, isn't it? So even if the army person also is going to transfer like every years, like after every 2 years, 3 years, not regularly, isn't it? So like common man for the work or for whatever, so these people are also going to change very rarely, not a regularly. That's why whatever changes comes to customer details, so those things are going to change very rarely, not a regular basis. So those changes we need to accommodate within the dimension. We need to change within the dimension table. When you implement SCDs, you actually decide how you wish to maintain historical data with the current data. So that's what SCD types indicates, right? So what kind of data you want to maintain in SCD? In a dimension table, you want to maintain current data along with historical data, then it will be SCD2. You just want to maintain a current data, then it will be a SCD1. We discussed how to implement SCD1 in a two different ways. Okay, so SCD2 we are going to discuss. This is very easy. Okay, dimensions present within data warehouse. Remember, all dimensions present within a data warehouse, but instead of data warehouse, today's session I'm going to use a SQL DB, but you already aware in our previous session we discussed about data warehouse. Okay, next, commonly used dimensions are customer, calendar, products, and so on. Okay, remember, these are the mostly static values. Very rarely these values are going to change. Okay, types of slowly changing dimensions. So as we discussed, the various types of SCDs are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have total 6 types of SCD types we have. Okay, but out of all these, which are the commonly used SCDs are SCD1 and SCD2. Okay, SCD1 and SCD2. And next one is, once you know SCD1 and SCD2, you can able to implement SCD3 very easily. Okay. So let's move on. Slowly changing dimension type 0. So no changes, yellow dimensions never change, as we discussed earlier. See why I am repeating this particular theory part again. Even I have covered in previous session. Again, I'm repeating same stuff. The reason is, in interview, people will ask what is the difference between SCD1 and SCD2. Okay, how to implement SCD1 and SCD2. You should understand what is the difference between SCD1 and SCD2, how to implement SCD1 and SCD2. This is 99% interview question, and this is what you are going to do in real time, mostly. Slowly changing dimension type 1. So new data overrides the existing data, meaning let's say one Rama Bangalore, he was in Bangalore. Now we switch to the Hyderabad. Now what you are going to do, you are just overwriting this entire record. One Rama Bangalore record you are removing and you are replacing with one Rama Hyderabad. Okay, so that's how you are updating new record with old record directly. This keeps only current data, does not maintain historical data. So in SCD1 we already done it. So we are not going to maintain any historical data. Instead, we are going to maintain only current data, isn't it? But see SCD1 how to implement. So here you have historical data, here you have incremental data. So 2 is the common record between these two. What you need to do, if you look at this two, like two Rama, Srinu, Bangalore. So previously was in Hyderabad, now we switched to Bangalore. So now when it comes to the result, what you need to do is 1, 3, 4 are the old records, 2 is the updated record, and 5 is the new record. Okay, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are the, see, you just look at here. So the second record city is Bangalore. Okay, previously was in Hyderabad, now you change it to the Bangalore. Okay, you understood? So there is no historical data. So to Ramas Renu is in Hyderabad from this state to this state. So no such type of data you have, isn't it? Okay, understood, friends? So no such type of data you have, because we are not maintaining the historical data in SCD1. Okay, so let's move on to the SCD2. Now you see this is the second one is the common record, fifth one is the new record. So this is the fifth one, new record, which is inserted into dimension table. And the second is the which is common record. So that's why that is updated. You see, Hyderabad to Bangalore we updated, but we don't have any historical data. But let's go with the SCD2. See, this is what we are going to discuss in today's session. SCD retains the full history of values. Okay, so we are going to keep entire history of the customer. So when your value of choose an attribute changes, the current record is closed. How it will be closed? We are going to say is active or is closed. We are going to mark it as 1 or 0. Okay, a new record is created with the changed data values, and this new record becomes the current record. So what happens? So one Rama Hyderabad. So he moved from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Now you are going to say one Rama Hyderabad is closed equal to yes. Okay, is closed equal to yes. But when it comes to the one Rama Bangalore, this record is not closed. Okay, it is not closed because this customer is currently available in Bangalore. Okay, that's so what happens is current record is going to be the customer where he is currently. So historical record means so where he was previously. Okay, now each record contains the effective time and expiry time to identify the time period between which the record was active. So from what time to what time he is in Hyderabad. If you want to understand, you need to have a effective start time and end time. I will show you those things. Now you see slowly changing dimension to try to understand these things. So this one is the historic history. This is the incremental data. Now you see in dimension start date is something like this, but end date there is no end date. Is active equal to all people are active. So all these 4 customers available in this respective cities. Now I'm just focusing on a data. Now you see 2 is the common record or not? 2 is a common record. Okay, so what you need to do, you should not overwrite. Instead, you need to put the end date when he is moved out of Hyderabad. End date you need to put, and is active you need to mark it as a 0. Then you need to insert this new record, and after you insert this record to Rama Srinu Bangalore, and from what time he started living in this Bangalore you need to put, and the end date we don't know till what time he is going to be in Bangalore. So you just mark it as a null, and is active equal to you need to put it here 1. So when you insert this new record, you need to put it as a 1. Okay, is that clear? See now, here matching records are 2 is the matching records. When it comes to the 1, 3, 4 are the old records. 5th one is the new record, which is coming from the source. Now you see 1, 3, 4 are old records, 5 is new record, 2 is the updated record. Now when I implement my SCD2, you see for customer ID 2, we have 2 records. Okay, start date and end date, and is active is 0, and exactly from that particular date he started living in Bangalore. But this record, you see the historical record is inactivated. Is active is 0. Is it clear to all of you? Clear to all of you, friends?
Yes, Malaya.
Okay, fine, thank you. Now see here, this is the end date, this is the start date, all those things you understood. Now see, this is the overview diagram. Okay, in this overview diagram you try to understand what all things I am going to use. So ultimately we know already how to get the max surrogate key from the source, because from that particular ID I need to increase, isn't it? So that's why what I do, I'll just take the max key here. Okay, I'll just use the max key, and then because anyhow max key means as I mentioned earlier, right? So you are already like, what is going to happen here is we are not going to implement the surrogate key from the transformation. Instead we are going to implement the surrogate key from the table identity column. Okay, so here you have a source 1, that is the incremental data. Here source 2, I'm going to take the max key. I'm going to take the max key. Then I have a source 3. This is nothing but a dimension. I'm going to read the dimension. Okay. So here what I'm going to do, you just apply a something called rename all the source columns. Okay. So then you just apply the cross join with this max key. When you apply is like a cross join with cross join with your max key, what you will get, friends? You remember, so max key will be joined with all the source record. Max key will be joined with all the source records. Then you implement a again join. Now what happens, you got the max key joined with all the records, so that particular data you will get it. So for that particular data you are going to join your dimension data again. So how you are going to do that is, you are going to apply left to join. Left to join means what? All the common records from both the tables plus all the remaining records from the source you are going to get. Okay. Now here I am going to say all the unmatched records, meaning the records which are matching from source, the records which are not matching, so the records which are matching between the source and the dimension, I will pass it to this flow. All the unmatched records I will pass it in this particular flow. Can you tell me, if I am passing, like if I get any record which is unmatched between source and the sink, here I apply left to join. Please try to understand. Here I apply left to join. I'm going to do, these are my source, these are my dimension. So when I apply a source and a dimension left to join, my left table is source. So when I check what is the matching records here, matching records means, is it a existing records or is it a new record?
Existing.
Existing. Okay, good, existing. So I'm going to take all the records which are not matching. What it means, which are not matching means, those are new records or old records? Those are a new records. So new records, what you need to do? Tell me, as per SCD2, if it is a new record, what you need to do? Even if it is in
Insert.
SD, just you need
Insert.
to insert. That's why take these unmatched records and insert into your target. Okay, take these unmatched records and insert into your target. That's what you need to do. Next, it is a matching. Even if it is a matching, what you need to do, you need to check. Okay, so because if it is a match record, again if it is coming, you need to do two things. Existing record you need to close it, and the same record you need to insert again. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply one more join. This join again going to apply on the source 3. Why we need to apply on source 3? Why we need to apply on source 3? I will tell you. The reason is very simple. See, you need to understand whether same record is coming again. Maybe sometimes because of some client internal system issues or whatever issues, maybe customer is requested to change his location from Bangalore to Hyderabad or Hyderabad to Bangalore. Let's imagine currently customer is in Hyderabad. Now he is trying to change it to the Bangalore. Now, sometimes what happens, due to the people, whoever is like handling these changes, they thought that they made the change, but they forgot to change it. Actual change is not happened in the system. So in that case, what happens is, same record will come. One Rama Bangalore we should receive as per the customer. But maybe if you go to bank, those people not properly made the change. So same record you are getting again. What you are getting, one Rama Hyderabad only you are getting. In this case, what you need to do, tell me. If the same record is coming, what you need to do is, you should not close the current record and insert the new record, because it doesn't matter if you just close it and open new record. So what change you are seeing? There is no change, isn't it? That's why I'm going to again apply a join based on the location. So if the location is matching, okay, so join again on a join. See, as of here, we understood that IDs are matching. With the same ID, I am getting the data. For same customer, I am getting the record. But is it a same record without any change? Is it coming, or whether it is coming with some changes? Maybe it changed its location or not. I want to check for that. I'm going to apply again a left to join. Now I'm going to join based on the location. If the location is matched between the source and sink, then it will be matched record. It is a matched record. If the location between the source and sink is not matched, then it will be unmatched record. So as per my discussion, as per our discussion, can you tell me if the record is not changed, location is also same? What it means, it is a match record. If it is a match record, what you need to do, you should not do anything. That's why see here, I'm not doing anything. If it is the same record is coming, why I need to close it and insert a new record with same data? No, right? So that's why I'm not doing anything. Is till here clear? How many of you clear till here? Because it is very important.
Clear, Malaya.
We know the clear, Nagraj. How many of you clear? If you are not clear, please let me know, because till here, if you understood, we are almost done, friends. Because if you're not clear, whatever part you are not clear, I will explain you once again.
So join to explain, sir.
Yeah, see, again, I'm just going to explain you. See, max key doesn't matter in this particular case. So I think I was doing something. So I have implemented max key. So max key is not required for us. You try to understand, because I'm going to implement identity cup. So let's focus on only from here. Okay. So first join I'm going to use is source and target left join I will apply. When you apply left join, the common records will get plus only records which are coming from the source. Only the records which are coming from source, those are the new records which you need to insert. So that's why matching records you are passing here, unmatched records directly you are inserting into your target. Okay. Now going this way. So this is the matching records, meaning like whatever records we have in a dimension table, same records again coming. So when same records are coming from the source, there are two cases again. One is maybe record will come with the same data, maybe record will come with the new data. Okay, so I'm going to apply a new join here. This join will indicate something called again left join on a city or location. When you apply a left join on city or location, what will happen? If the city is matched, meaning there is no data updated for this customer, so then it will be matched record. So if there is nothing changed for that particular customer, why you need to insert same record again? That's why I'm not doing anything. If the record is like location is changed, then it will go to the unmatched. So if it is going to the unmatched, you need to do two things. One is same record, unmatched record, I am inserting. Try to understand. Same record I'm inserting again, plus same unmatched record. So I'm just by using derive column, I'm going to generate two columns. One is active equal to 0, I will say. Second one is expiry date, current date I will generate. Okay, those two columns I need to update in a existing columns in a dimension. So if you want to make any changes on existing columns in a dimension, you need to use a alter row update statement. So that's how I'm going to update those things in my dimension. Okay, if you're not clear on this, do not worry, because I'm going to explain each and every step in detail. I will go a little bit very slow today to implement SCD2. Okay, it is very important. Okay, so don't worry. Now execute data flow from pipeline, so from pipeline activities you are going to use the data flow activity to execute your data flows. But data flow debug you should turn on, so I'm going to do that. Next, mapping data flow actions. See here, join, conditional split, exist, union, lookup, all these things we have. Okay, join, conditional split, exist, union, lookup. So all these things, we missed anything? We discussed all these transformation. Mapping data flow actions. We talked about derive column, select, aggregate, surrogate key, window we discussed, but pivot and unpivot we have not discussed. But yeah, we'll see in the future sessions. Next, mapping data flow actions. We talked about filter, sort, and alter. So we discussed about these three things as well. Okay. So estimations, so I'm going to use a SQL database and one data lake storage. So I need total two linked services, depends on reference points. We need to create data sets, one data flow, one pipeline I will use. And I'm going to use a Azure IR to dispatch my job, on Databricks cluster. So prerequisite, we should know data lake storage, Gen2, SQL database, keyword, Azure Data Factory, data flow debug, schedule, trigger, linked service, dataset activity and pipeline. Okay. Next, required resources are data lake storage, Gen2, Azure SQL DB, Key Vault, and the Data Factory V2. So I will go and create these four resources. Okay. These are the slides I have. Let me quickly go and discuss. So now we will start creating the resources. So we know the required resources are, we need data lake storage, Gen2, SQL database, Data Factory, and Key Vault. Let me just create the SQL database. Click on databases. Click add to create the SQL database. Okay, so this is a free trial. So let's do one thing. Let's create a new resource group. This one I can say Cloud Pandit BI Master Group one. Okay, click OK. Then let's create a database. Just give the database name Cloud Pandit. Yes, Chetan, I'm sharing the screen. Okay, Cloud Pandit SQL DB. Server name, let me just create it. Create new. Cloud Pandit SQL server. And the username is, yeah, let me just give the password here. Okay, password is matched. Click OK. Then other things, so the purchasing models and all those things. Let's create this particular server and database. Okay, it is going to create. Now from here, let's create a data lake storage Gen2. Click on storage accounts to create a data lake storage Gen2. Click add to create the data lake storage Gen2. So select the resource group. This is the one which we have created. And storage account name is Cloud Pandit ADLS V2 store. Click networking. So all other things, in advanced tab, what we need to do, we need to enable the hierarchical namespace. Click request create. So it is doing the final validation. Once validation is passed, this particular button is enabled. Just click create. So let's open new tab to create our new data factory. Click on data factories. Click add data factories. So resource group, this is the resource group, and the name Cloud Pandit. It's a EDF V2 0103. Today data I'll just give. Then git configuration, I'll just configure it later. Click review plus create. Click create. Okay. So ADF is also ready. Now let's create our final resource that is required, Azure keyword. Okay, let's click on Azure keywords to create Azure keyword. Click add to create the AKV. This is the resource group and keyword name Cloud Pandit AKV 0103. Click access policies, add access policy. Just select this, then click select it. Let's add our data factory name. What is the data factory name? We have given cloud funded ED of V2 0103. See, this is the one. Okay, 0103. Select that, then click select, click add, then click review plus create, and create it. So it is also going to create. Now storage is ready, database is still creating, data factory is also ready. Yeah, let's go to our storage account. We know, so I will come back to the access keys, but let's take the access key from storage account. Go to showcase. Okay. So here we have a key and connection string. Let's copy this particular key. So this key, what we need to do in like Azure Key Vault, we need to store this particular key. Let's refresh, it is already available. So just click go to resource, click on secrets, let's click generate slash import. So here you can say it's a ADLS key. So here you can just put this particular key, create it. So the key is created. Now go to database. Database is still creating. That's okay. But whatever we need to do for storage, we have done. So now go to container. Here, let's create a container. Okay, it's basically employee data I have. So I will say EMP folder. I will create EMP container. Inside this EMP container, I will just put some data. Okay, for that, what data I'm going to keep is this is the data I'm going to keep. So I'll just explain you why I'm keeping this data and everything. Okay, so do not worry. Go to cloud connect data set. Separated. So employee, right? Open this employee.csv. So here, let me just keep this data. Let me just keep this data. So this is my incremental data. Incremental data, it's nothing but my source data. Okay, my source data is coming from the data lake storage gent. Okay, just select this particular path. Let's select the file here. Go to cloud funded data sets. Go to comma separated files. This is the employee.csv. Click open, upload, click upload. Okay, employee.csv I have, and the data lake storage key I have stored in a keyword. So everything I have done with respect to the storage account. Let's go to the database. So database is taking more time today. That's okay, let's wait. Okay, so meanwhile, what we can do is we can just try to open data factory. Click on go to resource. Click author and monitor. Meanwhile, your data factory also will open. But database is not ready yet. Let's wait. Yeah, so let me just explain it today what I'm going to do. You see here, yeah. So today what I will do, instead yesterday what we have done is we have loaded that like we have loaded historical data, then we have loaded the incremental data. So today I am not going to do that because it will be difficult for you to understand the pipe like data flow if I explain from from historical data. So that's why what I will do, historical data I'll just insert. Okay, history data I'll just insert into my dimension table, and whatever data is coming now newly, that particular data I'll just incrementally load it into my dimension. Okay, so let's see what. So you already know what exactly SCD2, all those things we discussed. Okay. I think some issue with this server. It should not take this much time. It's almost more than 10 minutes. Still, it is creating. So it took almost 11 minutes, 11 seconds, but it is still showing the status. It's very bad. Click on databases. Go to resource groups. Click on our resource group. Go to deployments. Data factory, edge keyword, everything is ready, but this. It's like these all took just 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 39 seconds, but it is almost 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Yeah, better let me just deploy another SQL server. I think this is having some issue. It's taking too much time. Let's go inside this resource group. Go to deployment. Yeah, if you look at the deployment, it is still deploying, so but it is taking too much time. So you can do two things. One is just click select this, click redeploy. Okay. Just select this. It's created already. That is the reason why it is doing it. Click go to resource. So we know once it is available, we need to set server firewall. Let's set this set server firewall. Click add client IP, turn on this, save it. Okay, come back. Now you can just take this server name, come to Azure Data Studio, click on this, give this server name here, enter username, password, database name I can set Cloud Pandit SQL DB. Click connect. It's connected. So this is the one. Right click on this, click new query, and here. Now I just want to execute this. First, let's create this team employee table. We run it. Okay, table is created. Now I want to insert. Let's say first check the data in dimension table. What data we have? You don't have any data. Okay, it's clear. Now I'm going to insert these 4 records in dimension table. I'm going to insert these 4 records. What are they? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the employee ID. Surrogate key automatically to generate. As we know, it's a identity column. Okay, and is active flag is going to be 1 for all the records which you are inserting, and from date will be given as a current date, and to date is going to be null for the all active records. This we know. So let me just insert these 4 records. Inserted. Now select star from dim employee. You see, so this is what we are expecting. Okay, this is the data I have. Now you understood this is the data I have. Let's go to the storage account now. Click on this employee.csv file, click edit. So please be active, friends. Okay, so to understand easily, I have already inserted some data also, because yesterday you were confusing. Now you see, one Rama manager 8904424822 Pune. Is this record, like in this particular record, we have any changes? If we compare between source and destination, do we have any changes with respect to the first record? Please check and tell me. This is my source which is coming now. These are my dimension, existing dimension. I need to compare these two, and I need to make the changes as per this particular source. So now one Rama manage 890. So this is the phone like record which is coming exactly same. So if the record is coming exactly same, do we need to make existing record as inactive? Do we need to insert a new record? No, because let's imagine in failure scenario, maybe in failure scenario you are going to run your process again. So do you want to insert all records again by making existing records inactive? No, we should not do that. So that's why this particular record is same. If you compare one Rama manager phone number Pune, so nothing is changed. So I won't make any change with respect to the first record. First record will be as is. Can you check the second record? Second to Krishna developer 8904 Delhi. So here it is Delhi. Previously was in Delhi, but he is saying now currently is in Bangalore. So this is the record which has some change. Then you need to make is active 0. From date you can keep as is. To date you need to say current time. So whenever you are updating for this particular record, that particular date you need to put it here. Then you need to insert this particular record as a new record, and you need to have a separate surrogate key for that. Next, fifth one. So do you have a fifth record already in a dimension table? No. So this is going to be your new record, so which you are going to directly insert. You understood? Out of which, how many records are existing records? Out of these three, how many records are existing records?
In one and two.
Two
One,
Malaya.
okay, 1 and 2. Yes, 1 and 2. Now, if I want to get all these records plus existing records 1 and 2 here, what kind of join I need to apply? If this is my left table, this is my right table, dimension is my right table. What I want all the records from source, and I want only common records from the destination. Then what I need to take?
Left out or there.
Okay, we need to take a left outer then. Okay, yeah, with this we are good. See, we have a source data, we have a database. Come to the data factory. Now in data factory, let's create the linked service. Okay, click, yeah, first let's turn on data flow debug for 1 hour. Click new linked service. Let me just create the new linked service. But before I create linked service for my SQL DB, I'll just store my connection string in Azure keyword. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, I'm just storing in a Azure keyword. Go here, click generate slash import. Can say it's a SQL connection string and say this created. So now come to data factory. Let's create the linked service for SQL database. Select Azure SQL database, click continue. This is a linked service for LS for Azure SQL DB, and I need to read the connection string from the keyword. Let's create a new linked service for Azure keyword. These are my subscription. Which one I need to connect? This is the one. Test connection. Today you will be able to understand clearly. Okay, create it. Now, so I need to give the secret name. Secret name is SQL connection string and test connection and create it. Okay, so just publish this. Click publish. So now let's click on new. So next linked service for my Gen2. So select Gen2 linked service. Click continue. This is the LS ADLS Gen2. So enter manually. So secret I will just read it from the keyword. Secret name is ADLS key. Okay. So URL, how to form the URL? You need to get the storage name from here. Get the storage name. dfs.co.windows.net/test connection. Connection successful, you can create it. Okay. Now, yeah, come to author tab. Let's create a two data sets quickly. Click on this data set, new data set. What is my source? My source is Gen2. So let's create a Gen2 linked service first. Gen2 employee EMP CSV file. Okay, employee CSV file. This is the linked service. First, as header, browse to that particular file, EMP. Select this file. Click OK. Click OK. So first data set is available. Now let's create a data set for my dimension. Click here. Click new data set. SQL database. Click continue. You can say DS for what? It's a agency DB DIN employee. Okay. Use this linked service. Just to select that dimension table. Use the dimension table. Click OK. Okay. So before I just implement data flow, I want to ask you one more question. Okay. Now let's say second record is inactivated and this record is inserted. This record is inserted again. Now third day, like maybe next time, I'm getting the second record. I'm getting the second record. Do you need to compare this second record with the active record or this inactive record as well? I'm repeating the question once again. So I have a second record which is inactive currently. Again, I'm going to insert a one more record for only same employee ID 2. Okay, this newly inserted record is going to be active now because this is going to be inactive. Next third time, when I am going to get a second record, do I need to compare only with the active records? So I need to compare with inactive records. What I need to do? Do I
We
need to
need
compare
to
Only
compare
with
with the active records.
active records, right? I hope everybody
Yes.
understood. I need to compare with active records. For that, what you need to do is you just have to, when you are reading the dimension data, you need to say select star from table where is active equal to 1. Is active equal to 1. So that is the query I'm going to find. Now we say select star from dim underscore employee. Okay, where is active equal to 1. only active records I need to get. But currently we don't do any inactive records, so this is the query I need to file. Okay, remember. Now come here. Let's create a data flow, new mapping data flow, click OK. You can say data flow for SCD2. See, first my source I'm going to read. Okay, just read your source. Okay, so what is your source? EMPCSC. Okay, come to projection. So here you see employee ID is basically integer, employee name string, designation, string, contact number. I can say it's a long. Location is string. Let it be. Come to data preview. Let's preview the data. Yeah, so I'm getting 1 to 5. 1 to 5. This is my source. Okay. Now I'm just getting my dimension data. So as we just now discussed, we need to get only the. So first let's select the data set, that is the dimension data set. Now go to source option. Here I don't want to read entire table. If you're trying to read entire table, it is going to give you inactive records. To avoid that, I'm just going to file a query. What that query is going to do, go to Azure Data Studio. This is the query. Just to take this query and put that particular query here. Put that particular query here. Okay. So once you keep the query here, what you need to do, you need to execute it. Just click on import projection. So then what it is going to do, it is going to fire a query and it will try to understand the schema and all those information when you say import projection. Okay. It is going to import the projection. Yeah. So source to it's done. Now come to data preview. You can say refresh. Now you need to tell me. Yeah, first thing that I wanted to do is here, if you look at the data preview, let it come in dimension table. My here the column name is employee ID. In source side here I have an employee ID, so it will be little bit confusing. So I have just rename it. Okay, right click on this, click select. Okay. Let's rename it. How to rename it? Very simple. You just for source you simply say src underscore. Okay. So this is the thing that we use. So just try to use same name, src underscore for all these things. Now my question is, I want to get all the records from the source. I want to get only common records from the dimension table. What kind of join I need to apply? Right click on this, click join. So what kind of join I'm going to apply now? See, source is my left stream is select one. My right stream should be source 2. Okay, what kind of join? Left outer join, as we just discussed. You see a common records plus all remaining records from the left table. So based on what you are going to compare? So based on employee ID, I'm going to compare. Okay. Next thing. So one important thing. So whenever you are doing join, you need to make sure that you are using a broadcast join. What it means? Small data sets, if you have those small data sets, it will try to keep it in a memory. So this is the data set which is common, so I which is common and small, so you can keep left or right, doesn't matter. Okay, actually you can use anything. I'm just keeping a right table in my memory. Okay, now come to data preview. Can you tell me what are the common records between the source and the target? How many common records we have? I just shown you the data, right? So you can see the data once again if you want. See, this is my source data, this is my target data. So compare the employee IDs and tell me how many common employee IDs we have between these two. Two. How many records which are unique in left table?
3.
How many unique in left table alone? Left table. Okay. You understood question wrongly. maybe I have not asked it properly. What I mean to say, the record which is only available in left table, not in both left and right.
One.
How many records?
One
Yeah,
record.
only one record. Okay, only one record. Okay, now come to data preview. We'll see. Just click refresh. So today you will be able to understand clearly because we have some data already in dimension table. See here. Okay, so these two records we have a data. You just check it here. 1, 2. Meaning, if the employee ID is matching between the source and the target, then what it means is it's a common record. Okay, isn't it? Now, just I want to split it common records and the new records. For that, I'm going to use a conditional split. In conditional split, very easy, right? So if the employee ID is matching between source and target, it's updated record. So I can say these are a updated records. How you can say it's updated records? If the record ID is same in both source employee ID is equal to target employee ID, then it's a updated record. Otherwise, it's a insert record. Say insert record. Everybody understood till here? Same thing. See, whatever we have done yesterday, we are doing same thing. Understood, friends? Still here?
Yes, Malaya, understood.
Yeah, thank you. See here, 1, 2 I'm getting as updated records. If you go with the insert records, insert record means new record. What is the new record we have? Fifth one is the new record. Fifth one is the new record. Okay, this is the new record. Okay, you just go to the insert records. You go to the insert record directly. You can update it. Okay, directly. I'll just write to the sync. Okay, come here. Just select the dimension. Go to mapping. Just make sure that mapping is proper. So just now we have inserted data. When we are inserting the data, have you passed the SCD key? No, we no need to pass SCD key. Have you passed a to date or from date and is active? No, we no need to pass all these things. Even employee ID, it should not be a destination to destination. Source employee ID should be passed to the destination. Source EMP ID should go here and employee name should pass it here. Designation. Source designation, because whatever data is coming from the source that we need to insert. That's why I renamed these columns to make sure everything is a clear. Source contact number, just source location. Okay, clear. This is clear. How I have mapped source data. This is the new record, right? This is the fifth record, is the new record, right? You can see here. This is the new record. We got this fifth record. This fifth record, I'm just inserting. I'm just passing employee name, all these things. You see, source employee ID, employee name, designation, contact number, location. I'm passing to the dimension table. Clear? This is clear. I hope everybody is clear on this, right? Now, okay, this is the we have a updated records. Now you just look at here. You just see this record we inserted. We no need to worry about that now. So we need to focus on these two, 1, 2. So here also 1, 2 is matching. But there is a sometimes what happens, same record will come. My focus is if the location is changed, then only I want to insert. If the location is not changed, I don't want to insert the record. Now how to check whether target data and source data location is matching or not? For that you just have to do the same join. Just again do a same left outer join. Okay, left outer join. So this time you need to join based on a source location. No, target I have not added. Here my with what table, dimension table I need to join. Dimension means source to. Just say here a location. So source location should match with the location. But if the two people is having same location, we will have an issue. That's why I want to put a one more condition. employee ID, source employee ID and destination employee ID also should match. Now you see what I'm comparing is this employee ID 1 should match your, okay, one matching, and the location Pune matching, meaning exact matching record you have in a target. Okay, next employee ID is 2, and location is here Bangalore, here it's a Delhi, here it's a Bangalore, here it's a Delhi, meaning it's a changed, then what I will get, tell me, then what I'm going to get. So it's a left outer join. Okay, it's a what, friends? It's a left outer join. Left outer join means I'm going to get the like common records between the dimension and source, and I am also going to get this particular record. Second record. You understood that?
Yes, Malay.
Okay. Now come here. Let's data preview. See here, the data will not show exactly what we are expecting. So do not worry, because as per the join, it is not working at this particular position. So we need to do the same thing, friends. We need to use a broadcast join. I just do that. Click refresh now. Okay, see here. So do not worry about this thing. So here, there is no clarity on this, why it is repeating these many times. Okay, but when you just compare, when you just split it, data will come properly. Okay, because as per our join condition, it should not return these many times one. Okay, but it is coming these many times. But we don't have any issue, because ultimately when you filter out, it is not giving 4 times. It is just giving only 1 time. Just put conditional split. Okay, in conditional split. So now I need to split the records based on what? See how I am going to split the record. Now you just come this side. If the, see here, what you need to compare is it is going. See here. This is Pune. This is Bangalore. This is Delhi. What you understood from this? Meaning, if the source location is matching with the target location, what it means is that particular record is not having any update. If the source location is matching with the target location, dimension location, then there is no change. If the source location is Bangalore, like target location is Delhi, means some update came. So from source, Bangalore is coming, but in destination we have Delhi. Now you need to say conditional split based on that. Okay, yeah, already I have done that. Right click on this. Here I need to put this condition. What this condition says, you see, say no change records. Okay, you do something like no change records. No change records. How to identify? Click on this. So you need to just compare the location. Okay, source location is equal to this updated records location. Okay, click save. What happened? See, source location is equal to here. You need to say source to location. Okay, click. Yeah, if you have any doubt, just refresh it here, so it will tell you what records you. We're not getting any record. 1 second, click on here. Go here. Your data preview. I got the data preview. Click on this. Source location should be equal to this location. Click save and finish. We will see here. So no change record. If the location is matching between source and dimension table, then what it means? There is no change for that particular record. Okay. Change records. These are a change records. Just I will preview it so that you can able to see. Just refresh it. See here, no change record means only one you are getting, employee ID one you are getting. But let's see the change records. Change records means what we should get? We should get a record 2. Okay, we'll see. See, the change record means this is the record, okay, which is changed. Actually, from source, you see, this is SRC location. So source location is Bangalore. From the source, now I'm getting Bangalore. In dimension, the location which we have is Delhi. So now what I need to do, in my destination table side, I need to disable this particular record. But how you will identify this particular record uniquely? You may have a lot of records, but how you will identify this particular record uniquely is not by employee ID, by using a surrogate key. I'm going to identify, because employee ID may repeat multiple times, but surrogate key will be a different for each record. So that's why I'm going to take surrogate key as a reference. With the help of surrogate key, I will identify the existing record. See, surrogate key 2 is nothing but this is the record. This is what I need to inactivate. So I will, based on the SCD key, surrogate key, I'm going to identify and I will update it as a inactive flag equal to 0, is active flag equal to 0.
Oh, we lost you, Malaya.
Sorry friends, okay. Now you see, this is the second record, which is a change record. Okay, this is the change record. Now you understood how to identify, how to update this. Okay, now this is a change record. Click here. So derive columns. So what I need to do, I need to derive some of the columns. Okay. So what columns I need to derive is, I need to add 2 columns. One is active. Okay. What you can do is underscore active equal to 0. Okay, because I want to update the existing records as a 0. Okay, because for this data has changed. To date, or you can say end date. End date how to generate? So by using a direct function. You can say here current date. In this you can say UTC. Okay, click save and finish. Okay, current date is in UTC. Now is active is 0. Okay. Now I want to do update in my dimension table. For that, you need to make all these records, prepare for the update. How you will do that? Alter row. Each row I'm going to alter. How to alter? So you need to say update if update if what condition do we have a specific records to update? No, all the records which are coming in this particular flow I want to update it. So that's why update if equal to true, and finally I'm using a sync. This is the sync. Okay, so in this sync what I need to do, I need to just mention the dimension table. This is the dimension. Okay, now in this come to settings first. In settings what we need to do, we need to make sure it's update. Update is based on what? Update is based on a surrogate key.
Target key.
We need to update the record based on the surrogate key. With the help of surrogate key, I am going to identify. So whatever record is matching, so here we are getting a ID 2, surrogate key 2. So that surrogate key 2 record we are going to inactivate. Now, this is the first thing. Next come to mapping. Auto unmapping is disabled. So you no need to pass any data because this is just your updating. So for updating, what you need is 1 second. Let me just reset it back. What all things you want to update? I don't want to update employee ID, employee name, designation, contact number, location. Yes, I want to just update SCD key is active to date. SCD key means SCD key that I'm getting from this particular thing. SCD key. You just search here SCD key, you'll get see SCD key. So just to select this SCD key. Is active. Is active means you just say is underscore active, which we have created, because whatever we have created we need to pass is active. Okay, to date, that is nothing but an end date which we have created just now from the derived column. Is active, I am just sending 0. End date, to date I am passing. Surrogate key means matching surrogate key. Okay, come to data preview, just refresh this. Okay, now what you are doing, you are just updating this record from 1 to 0 and you are generating the to date, that is nothing but the end date or expiry date. Okay, let's see that. You see the surrogate key 2 I'm passing and is active flag I'm passing 0, and to date I'm just generating today date. Okay, but the same record you are updating, that same record from the source, whatever data is coming from source, with that data I need to insert a new record. For that I'll just take a new branch meaning same code I will take, and I'll just directly write data into the sync. Okay, direct, it's an insert. But make sure your mapping is proper. Just auto unmapping disable this. See, it's not properly mapped. Now what you need to do, to date, from date, is active, STD key, all those things I don't need to pass. Only the data I need to pass. Employee name, okay, source designation, source contact number, a source location. Okay, these are the columns I'm just passing. Just click refresh. Now you see with source data it is going to update in your target. So this is how exactly you need to do SCD2 implementation, friends. But you can just do some more optimization, but it will be the easiest one that you can able to understand. See, this is the record which is going to insert with new data. See, it's a new data, Bangalore. With this data we are going to insert the new record. Let's try to run this particular thing and we'll see whether it's working or not. 100% it is going to work. Okay, data flow, select your data flow, click OK. PL for SCD2. Now just to debug. Everybody understood? How many of you not clear, friends? How many of you not clear? Whoever is understood, can you confirm over chat window, friends?
Malaya, I have a question, Malaya.
Yeah, tell me, Sujit.
Malaya, why are we considering only location column for updates?
See, that is
Suppose if I
up to the client. So if we want to make sure, can you verify multiple columns? You just have to add those all things in a join condition. If any one of that particular column is changed, you are going to update it. Understood?
like in generic, we have to check entire row level, right?
Yeah, so that is up to you. So client may say only location, then you need to have a only location in the next join. See here, I have applied join, right? You just check it here. In the second join,
Yes.
I just
Yes.
added employee ID and location. If you want to focus on other columns, you just have to add all those columns. If all the columns data is same, then it will be a matching record will come. If it is not matching, then it will come as a new record, like so location is not matching or manager is changed or whatever. So record will go into the changed record. Okay, changed category. In changed category, you are inactivating current record and you are inserting the new record. So everything will work. You just have to make here, you need to add the more join condition based on what all columns you want to track it.
In that case, we can use hash key, right? Hash key technique.
Hash key technique you can use, but I'm just explaining with SCD key. Yeah, that you can use. That's what we discussed in SCD. So you can use a hash. It will be more easy for you to like do the SCDs in hash key, because hash key is going to generate a same key will be generated if the data is not changed. See, now I just executed. Now we'll see how the data is looks like. Is it correct? See, second record is inactivated and the fifth record is inserted. Is it correct? Now check it one or two times. Check it, friends.
Is correct, Malay.
Okay, now you see this is the new data here. In this data, can you tell me what all things are existing records, what all things are new records? So sixth one is the new record. Okay, see, employee ID 6 is not available. Okay, but employee ID 6 I'm passing. Next, employee ID 1, which is exactly same one, Rama manager 890 for Pune. So same record again coming. Next, fifth record again changed from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Yes, mode. Okay, next, to Krishna developer phone number and Hyderabad. See, this particular person, he moved to the Bangalore. Now again he is moving from Bangalore to Hyderabad. You understood? Second person moving from Bangalore to Hyderabad again. Now we'll see with this data. I'm going to just pass it. Go inside the storage. Open this particular employee.csv. Click edit. You understood this data. I'm just updating. Click save. Now let's come to the data factory. Just debug it. Okay, just refresh this. 23, just click here. It's already success. This is also finished, friends. Okay, everything is working properly. It is successful. Now come here, just run it. So select start. Run it. Can you see here the second record is inactivated, and again second record here is Bangalore record is inactivated. For second record, so again we inserted, see, inserted with Hyderabad and 1. Next fifth record Gunesh Hyderabad 0. Now you see for fifth record he has changed from Hyderabad to Bangalore, so it's moved to Bangalore. Next sixth record is, it's a completely new record I inserted. So now everything is working fine. Everything is working fine or not, friends? Everything is working fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how we need to implement SCD2. So what I can do for you, and just let me just check it. I'll just give the screenshot. Oh, anyhow, you will have a recorded session, right? You need screenshot. Okay, friends. Okay. So any questions before I close the call? Okay, if no questions, that's all for today, friends. Okay.